Okay.
Okay. So give it a sec. I think it's going. It's going.
Yep. There it
Okay.
is.
Hello, everyone. We're doing a test because unfortunately, we think we just figured out it was due to an OBS update. But unfortunately, on our great stream last Saturday, when we had Peter Douche and Jamarl Thomas from Progressive Soapbox and Nick Brana join us, and Snork and Aeolus. Apparently, as Shirley pointed out, you had to crank it way up to hear everyone else, and then my voice came blasting through, which is definitely not what we want. So sorry about that. But hopefully we'll get it fixed, and it won't be a problem. So you had to crank it way up to hear everyone else, and then my voice came blasting through, which is definitely not what we want. So sorry.
Hello?
Hopefully we'll get it fixed, and
testing. 1, 2, 3, testing.
Okay, so is
no, I have went to YouTube to see how it sounds, but I don't know what happened.
I can tell what's going on.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so YouTube is just now on. So really what we need is all of us to just talk, and we're going to kind of play with the settings and see if I'm really loud and everyone else is quiet, or how it's going. So
everybody is now quiet. It sounds like we're all now quiet.
Huh.
That's weird. That's like it's on YouTube.
It is.
Okay. Hey, Michael, don't play it in there. I can't. Okay. So if anyone is listening, do we have anybody listening? If anyone is listening that would like to either come on and just talk, you can have the floor, talk about anything you want. Just message one of us and we'll send you the link. We're testing the volume, but you're welcome to come on and talk about the news or anything you feel like talking about. Give us a little time to monkey with the settings here. Make sure we have the volume set for next time. We hopefully have some more candidates on. So, okay, you said we're all really quiet.
No, actually, okay, here's what I just did. I played another video clip from YouTube to see how it sounded. And we sound comparable.
Okay.
It sounds like we're all pretty much on the same level now. It sounds like it's definitely leveled out.
That's so strange because it's on like my mic's on 80 and everyone else is on 140. So
yeah, it definitely sounds like it's much more even now.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll do it then.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
If anybody, let me see if anybody's listening or messaged me and give us some feedback from anywhere else, we'd appreciate it. What do you mean? No, I can do it. Tell me what.
Each one, make it more.
Okay.
In the direction we went. Like.
Yeah, turn everybody's up just a little bit, including your own. I'd say bump them all up about 10%.
Okay. So put that on 90.
Yeah, put that one to 150.
Is that it?
Yeah, but honestly, what I would like to see is if we take Kelly's down to about like 50 and put you guys at 150, that should significantly make you guys louder than her.
Right.
Just as a test.
I can guarantee you right now that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because right now everything is really leveled out.
Okay, cool. Take yours down to 50. Let's just do it for a test, just to make sure. And then we'll come back to it in just a minute, and you can just type 50.
Okay. 50 and 150?
Yeah, so this should be a big exaggeration.
Okay. So now, can you hear me?
So I'm gonna wait. You guys just all keep talking. I'm gonna go in the other room and hide.
Do you have work to do?
This is going to be interesting to see how it works out. I have a feeling that we're not going to be able to hear Kelly very well.
That's okay. I talk too much anyway.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's
Okay,
quite noticeable.
I guess we don't really have.
Yeah, I'm listening to it now. You can now barely hear you talk.
Okay. Well, at least we figured out how to tweak this.
Yeah, that's it now. Yeah, I can tell the difference.
Okay.
You're much lower.
We have one viewer. I think that's me. So,
I see 4.
Really? Wait, on Twitter?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay. Okay. I'll say again in case anyone didn't hear. Anyone listening, if you'd like to come on, we're testing the sound, but if you feel like coming on and talking about anything, news today or whatever, you're welcome to just send us a message, tweet at me or something, or Brian or Shirley, because we can't put the Zoom link out publicly anymore thanks to trolls. So let's see here. Okay, yeah, you're right. 5 watching.
You can tell?
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio's pretty different now.
Okay, so I think I should.
So bump yours back up to 90.
Okay.
Leave ours at 150, and it should be good.
Okay, let's try that.
Can you hear us, Shirley?
Yeah, but what's weird, I went to YouTube and I mute Zoom and I came to YouTube and unmute, and I can hear you guys, but I don't think you heard me saying anything.
No.
Yeah, I was saying, do you hear me?
And okay.
But the thing is, when I took the mute off of YouTube, I still could hear you guys talking.
Okay, did you wait?
When it was on mute, I still could hear you talking.
Oh, you're talking about you hit the mute button on Zoom, right?
I hit the mute button on Zoom because I went to listen on YouTube.
Right.
So.
Right. That won't mute us. That'll only mute you.
Yeah, that only mutes you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. So what are you saying? Put mine back at 90?
Yeah. Put yours back at 90. Leave ours at 150, and that should level everybody out.
Okay. That's strange. How do you know what numbers to set?
We have 5 now.
That's me.
Because we're just playing around with it, but it does sound. It did sound earlier like it was very leveled out.
Okay. Join and talk about anything you want.
How about that tweet Peter Fonda sent out? That was disgusting.
Yeah, I saw that.
Peter Fonda.
I happened to catch that. That was bad.
I don't think I saw that one.
That was disgusting.
What was it about?
He said it was about the immigration, which they really are being hypocrites right now. But anyway, he said, well, somebody should go kidnap Melania and Barron and then snatch Barron from Melania and put him in a cell with pedophiles.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he said.
Wow. Wow. That's disgusting.
Kids are off limits.
Yeah. Nobody should be treated like that. There's and to call for that, I understand where he's coming from, but that's not necessary.
Okay, he doesn't have a show right now, but.
But my thing is, where was the outrage when Obama was doing this?
That has been my problem from the very beginning of this, because Trump didn't start this shit.
No, this stuff was happening before him.
Yeah.
I almost blurted that out this evening. I was sitting at a Honda dealership waiting for my car to have service, and I don't have cable anymore. So, when you're out somewhere and the TV is on, you get to see what other people are watching. And, you know, there were like 3 people in this lobby, and they're just mesmerized. I mean, they're just in a trance listening to this. And I was so close. Someone changed the channel. I was about to just say, hey, can you guys believe that they're covering this now? But it's been going on all this time, just to see how they reacted. Because you could tell they were just sucked into it. Like, they're totally shaping what we talk about, shaping what we think.
They would have looked at you like you had 2 heads.
Yeah.
At least
when he signed it, did executive order not to separate the kids anymore, I told my husband, that's good what he just done, because Obama didn't do it. And he's like, oh, well, he caved. And I'm like, you sound like them neocons and neoliberals.
Well, no, I was
credit for anything. I don't like them. I didn't vote for them.
I was gonna say it in this lounge the way I was describing, because I thought, well, maybe if I put it like that, like, can you believe this? That at least one person would go, like, didn't realize it before, but would then realize it and go, oh yeah, I do remember. It's like you have to make other people remember it and think it themselves. Otherwise, they're just like, who is this crazy person telling me this stuff,
when
right?
Obama was still in office, the media didn't talk about it, so they didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
They came out with their video showing kids at the cage, and coming to find out that's from when Obama was in office.
He had the media completely and utterly under his control.
Yes, he did.
Exactly what he wanted them to do, and they towed his line.
Did you guys see Rachel Maddow's show? She's crying about the immigrant children.
I don't watch. I don't know.
I heard about it. I saw a little clip.
I didn't watch the video, but I said she has a lot of nerve. I had lost all respect for her. I used to love that girl.
I did too.
Yep, me too. Even my youngest daughter, and it's been over 2 years now. She's like, I remember when you used to watch her. You liked her. Like,
she
yeah,
is a
well,
Rhodes Scholar.
She knows better. She absolutely knows.
And written a script. I was shocked she had the doctor that exposed the Flint contamination of the water, because she wrote a book and she had it on her show. I said, yeah, she'll be. My husband like, well, you should watch it. I said, I'm not watching it. She just using her. They just letting her do this for right now. I said, the people in Flint still waiting for her to come back.
Yeah.
She did a good story on it, but she forgot about it. It was Russia.
No, you know, Jordan Sheridan has kept on doing a great job with that stuff.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he really.
I want to email him about Alabama, the poor blacks in some town. They have hookworms.
Oh, jeez.
Well, did you hear?
They don't have sewage in their homes, so they use it outside. They dig holes to go to the bathroom, cover it up, then the kids go out and play.
Oh, God.
So that's how they have hookworms. And that Doug Jones that just got elected by mostly black women, he vote right on the Republicans.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, even the UN was down there. They're going to have a report coming out about this country, how people are living.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't see this in a third world country.
Yeah, the truth needs to come out. I mean, did you guys hear about the amoeba, the brain-eating amoeba? You can contract it from lakes and stuff if you inhale water into your nose. My daughter's so lucky she got different colored nose clips to wear to camp. She's like, thank you so much for that, Mom. But you can, it's dangerous, it's deadly. Yeah, it's been out for a while, but guess what? It is now in the tap water in Louisiana.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
No. A kid got it from a slip and slide. I believe he died. I think he was like 5. And this is not lake water. This was like, all we were using is the tap water. So it's in the tap water. And there's...
They was fighting for water.
Oh my God.
Well,
that's...
you can always eat the rich.
Has anyone heard what's going on in Cape Town, Africa? Because they was about to run out of water. They was rationing water.
Well, no, but at the end of that movie, The Big Short, the guy, I forget his name, but the guy that figured out the whole housing market thing, at the end, he's like, I'm investing in water. That tells you something right there.
Yeah.
But remember the former Detroit mayor that got arrested for fraud? He even mentioned about water is a big business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're seeing we can't trust the tap water, whether it's lead or not everywhere.
But
Communities.
Because it tasted funny to me always, so.
Yeah, I mean, we filter, but it's the communities like Flint and wherever this was in Louisiana, I forget the name.
And Flint is getting tired of people saying it's lead. They have more than lead in their water. They have chloroform or some other stuff, some other chemicals.
Jeez.
Right. Well, I remember when this first came out, Aaron Brockovich, I think it was, that's when I was still watching Bill Maher, the tail end of it. Aaron Brockovich was on his panel, and she said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's everywhere. So, yeah.
And it's the things in 2 states in North Carolina. One place their water being contaminated, and another place, a pig plant is putting their waste out in their drinking water.
Yes, that's in the eastern part of the state. I think both Jordan, because I have a friend that was maybe going to work with him on this story. Jordan Sheridan and
like about him when he was with, and after they let him go at TYT. They never did any coverage on any of the stuff he covered.
No, that was all him.
They dropped all of it.
That was
they
him.
mainstream media now.
Yeah.
They dropped all of it.
They suck. But I think Lee Camp also did something on that, the pig farm waste.
I think I remember seeing something like that on Redacted.
Well, this is why we're going to keep doing what we're doing, trying to get better candidates elected. Right?
Yep. Yeah, we need to really change these things. This is out of hand.
Yeah. It's possible, but it's a long battle.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill fight.
Yeah. So, do we have any other feedback? I guess not.
Hold on, we got Garden. Let me ask Garden.
Good. Yeah, because he reported sound issues. I remember. It has to be that update. That makes perfect sense now. I just hate that happened when we had such great guests on. Nobody wants to hear my loud mouth overpowering Nick Brana and.
So how does everybody feel about Trump meeting Kim Jong-un?
I think that's a positive.
I was happy.
Any time we can end the possibility of nuclear war, hell yes.
Yeah.
And people still criticizing Dennis Rodman.
Of course.
Dennis Rodman said, I tried to tell Obama because Kim Jong-un said he's willing to talk to anybody. And he's the only one he only trusted Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
Yeah, but when you're in the pocket of our military industrial complex, the last thing you want is.
Let's see. Does Garden want to join? That would be cool. Poor Brian's gonna get sick of hearing my same old stories. Shirley, have you not heard me mention that whole thing with Vice News doing the Hermit Kingdom, where they brought, it was Dennis Rodman and the Harlem Globetrotters over, and that was really my aha moment where I was like, whoa, CNN actually shaped what I thought about this when I didn't have all the information, because they were covering, as Vice News was over there recording this that version of the episode of the show, CNN was having clips and showing Dennis Rodman sitting in the bleachers with Kim Jong-un, and oh my God, he's such a traitor, and what the hell is he doing, and he's lost his mind, he's crazy, and all this stuff. And I remember thinking, yeah, what the hell is he doing, And I just really didn't pay much more attention. And then I think it was like a year later, I happened to catch the Vice episode, which is a really good episode. It's amazing. They show like the grocery store, which is creepy and weird, that they had set up in North Korea with like fake fruit in the window, and they invite them in and like, see, we have all this great food and all this stuff. And the whole experience was very eerie for them. They like went to a college and had all these people supposedly working in a computer lab, and they're all sitting at computers, but they're like just sitting like this, and they have the Google page open, but they're not actually doing anything. And their handlers, I think was what they called them, the people that were escorting them around, were saying, look, see, we have all these people doing research here, and they're accessing the internet, which we know isn't true, right? So the whole thing was really weird and this facade. But it was so cool that they were able to get in and get this sort of like story about what was going on there through basketball, through Kim Jong-un's love of basketball. So I remember just thinking, like, why the hell did that CNN? But it was my aha moment of, I just believed CNN and didn't look what they actually did was something really cool. And some investigative journalism. How about that, CNN? Try it sometime.
Yeah, you're not going to find that on CNN.
Because I remember when Obama was in office and he was going over to what are you going over to North Korea for? I'm like, well, he must have a good relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sneakers, he even left Trump look when he got elected. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't know that he asked Obama to talk to him. The CIA even approached Biden to ask him to talk to Obama about it. And he said no.
Yeah, Obama refused.
But maybe it would have been different if it was Beyonce or Jay-Z.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that would have made any difference.
You know,
Obama wasn't interested in peace.
No.
I don't know. So I guess that's evident now to us, isn't it?
And my hairdresser, a lot of people do not want to, but they think Obama had a clean record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if he did something wrong, the media would have showed it. I said he has it set up where you're not supposed to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I retweeted today something. It was a clip where I think I retweeted it, where Hillary is basically saying like about separating the families. Like, well, we can't send a message that just because you bring your kids here, it's okay. So she's basically, it's just showing the hypocrisy there,
I'm flip-flopping ass because before she said send them back.
Yep. I'm trying to...
Garden says that the sound is fine now. He'd like to join, but the link is because he had too many issues with trolls.
Okay, what now? You have to repeat that now.
He said join the stream, but the link is dead, and I told him it's because we've just had too many trouble with trolls.
Oh, that's the old one. Yes, we'll send it to you directly. Hang on.
Yeah.
I got it.
Evan had that problem the other night.
I heard.
God, it was disgusting.
Yeah, we got the same thing.
That's why we don't do that anymore.
Yep. Oh wait, is Garden on Twitter? He left Twitter again, didn't he? Shit.
Yeah, I think he may have.
Okay, Garden, you have to tell us where to send it to somehow. I guess we could have the trolls join us. Let's see how... See, I kind of wonder... Oh, there's Ariel. We could ask Ariel to join. Hang on.
Yeah, I was tweeting with Ariel tonight.
Yeah, let me ask her. I guess we can have the trolls join us. We'll see how...
I'm still hearing something. It seems like I'm still hearing my my voice talking in the background.
Are you have YouTube and Twitter muted? Wait, you sent him the link, right?
Yes, I sent you all this line.
It was like, he just poof out of nowhere, like magic. How'd you do that? Aeolus, you...
I mean, it's all right now. Play my slide.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, I do believe you have fallen asleep or something, like twice on live streams recently, haven't you?
Me?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that it's been more than. If we include everything from 2016.
No, I mean recently.
It's probably been about 50 to 75% of my broadcast with you guys.
Oh, okay.
So that.
No.
Well, I'm glad our voice.
It's not because you guys are boring. It's literally because I taxed myself beyond my ability to stay awake.
I see. Well, I'm glad our voices are soothing. You know, it must be the case. It puts Michael to sleep all the time when I'm yammering on.
He doesn't have narcolepsy, does he?
I don't know.
No.
He says yes, probably.
Do you realize it's like 11 o'clock for me right now?
Oh, it's 12:15 here. No, he has. I've listened to her talk for 20 some odd years. Syndrome. Anyway. You're not amused? Oh well. Okay, here's the New Yorker. I thought it was something that had Trump and Kim Jong-un, but it's not. Hang on.
Yeah,
Court. Here it is.
Twitter.
Never mind. I'm not going to share a New Yorker. Well, actually I should. Let me see if I can do this. Right. Hang on. Okay. Share screen.
Yeah, I can do. Hold on. I'm.
Do you see this? Hang on. I was thinking, I remember this cover. Oh, damn, it's not big enough. But, I was thinking that it had Trump on the cover too, but no, it's just Kim Jong-un. Okay.
That should be Garden.
Okay, cool.
No, that's Snork.
Hi, Snork.
Oh, Snork. Hey, Snork.
There you are.
Hi, Snort.
Thank you for helping us test. Did you happen to listen at all first?
There's Garden.
Cool. Okay. A little
Okay.
reunion.
Kid. This.
Hey, Garden. Glad
How's
you
it
were able
going?
to pull that down before I deleted it.
You no problem. Right
Oh, you put it up and deleted? Okay.
Yep, put it up and deleted it.
Very smooth. Okay.
So, what is going on, my fam? What is in the news? Because honestly, I've been doing my best to kind of not lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because honestly, the whole border situation is leading me to consider accelerating the plans for the socialist revolution, and I don't think that's really helpful right now.
Right?
Go ahead.
Let us eat the rich.
Oh, is this actually Garden? Oh, it is.
I think that's actually Garden.
Yeah, that's me. I'm trying out this new cam program.
Cool. Well, I've seen one picture of you at one point.
Garden has a face.
Yes, Garden actually
I
has a
have
face.
multiple faces.
He has 3 faces. No, wait, 4, 5.
It's a cube.
I see 5.
No, you did share a picture one time, so I had some idea who you were.
I've shared pictures before, and when I had Twitter, I would put pictures of myself up there.
Oh, okay. Well, I only saw one. Usually it was scenery. But that's cool.
You guys don't want to look at me. Wouldn't you rather look at like a beautiful landscape or whatever?
Well, you know, there's
Never works.
something about being completely anonymous that just leaves questions, you know?
I'm not completely anonymous.
No,
I just
no.
don't have hours and hours of me on videotape out there for anyone to use.
You know, that is a little bit scary. We talked about this at one point, like how, yeah, we have hours and hours of me yammering on. So anybody, you know, I forget, maybe it was you that brought it up, how someone could take that and like splice it up and say, I said this, and like put something together that I never said. It's a little frightening.
Or if you're not really, you know, if you're just casually talking, maybe you say something a little bit off. You know.
It's happened, yes.
I hope, for the record, I hope that if I ever do say something that's off base, that you guys have the decency and courage to tell me so I make sure not to do that again.
We
Will
have
do.
the decency to post it. Post it as
I will remember it.
Well, Aeolus, I think you're one of the least likely candidates to be the one like doing that. You know.
Oh, if only that were true. If only that were true.
Okay, well, next time you fall asleep on camera, if you're talking in your sleep or something, or not on camera, on mic.
Now you see, that's a different problem.
So, were you guys, Garden, you and Snork and Aeolus, were you guys listening before you came on? Did the sound more even between? It wasn't just me blasting out and everyone else quiet?
It seemed relatively even, I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did, me too.
Because we can adjust it more if you think it needs any more. What had happened, as Brian said, was it must have been an update when OBS ran some update. Because I didn't ever change any of the settings, but the last 2 times we did a live stream, that's what happened. I was really loud and everyone else was quiet, so we had to go in and set it.
Yeah, I mean, like, Jamara was really quiet the one
Yep.
This weekend, but but other than that, it seemed alright.
Okay. Well, that probably has to do with his mic and stuff, too. But
Yeah, probably.
Did you see Jamal interview Vanessa Billy 3 o'clock in the morning?
you know what? I saw him at 4 a.m.
We keep telling him to stop doing this to himself.
It was 9 o'clock her time. And she asked him, how about 9 o'clock? He said, sure. Then he thought, he said, ooh, that's 3 a.m. He said, well, I'm not going to be sleeping. I'll get up and
Yeah, well, when he came on last weekend with us, he had already been up for 24 hours.
Gee.
Over 24 hours, actually.
Over? Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, he needs to take care of himself. He gets on a roll.
Yeah, very much so.
Forget making America great again. We need to get tomorrow to sleep.
There we go.
Jamara, we love you. We know you're tuning in. We're just concerned about you. Anyway, I guess I am going to go on and talk with him tomorrow night just about what I experienced at in DC. So,
that'll be good.
yeah, I mean, I would talk about it now, but if anybody's going to watch tomorrow, I'll not repeat myself. But it was, I don't know, what can I say briefly? It was, I don't usually go to protests because I don't know, don't get much out of it. I feel like I'm just risking getting pepper sprayed or arrested. But the best part of this one was I got to actually stand on the corner in front of the British Embassy and talk to Ray McGovern, just he and I, one-on-one for like 45 minutes. So that itself was worth the trip.
That's cool.
Yeah, but there were not enough people there. There were not enough people.
Bad. That is really too bad. I felt the same thing when I went to the Convo Couch discussion that they had in Costa Mesa, where you had David Hildebrand, Gail McLaughlin, who else was there? Maria Estrada, you had Ruben Major, and a couple of other candidates, and there were like maybe 25, 30 people there. That place should have been packed. It's just, it's really sad to not see enough people coming out to support these kinds of things. I mean, we talk about this all the time. You get involved because this is the only way we're going to change things. People
Yeah.
have got to get involved.
Well, honestly, a lot of people don't know about WikiLeaks. I learned that Saturday when I went to my hair.
Oh.
I had a free Julian Assange shirt.
Yeah, I heard you on talking about this.
Yeah, and I had a necklace on. She said free ass. I'm like, no, it's free Assange. And she's like, well, who is he? I said, did you hear WikiLeaks? She's like, no. I said,
Free.
I said, it's too much to explain to you right now. I'm
Oh,
getting
wow.
my head to the cat again.
Hey, Cheryl, someone in the chat came up with the idea that would actually be a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, capitalize the ass and then put Assange.
Right,
Because
right.
everyone would look at the free ass.
Yeah.
They would read the rest.
That'll get more attention.
Yeah. And I walked around with that shirt all day
That's the
Saturday.
manipulation right there.
Stores, no one said anything.
Wow. Let's see. Is anybody else in the chat that wants to come on?
And listen at this. I heard from Deb Piana. She said Cindy Sheehan marched in October, the 2 days in October at the Pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
The DNC is asking her not to do it because it's the midterm election.
Who?
You're
Wow. Wow.
Now,
What?
kidding. Unbelievable.
Mm.
Wait, I
Well-
didn't hear about this. What happened?
well, you know Cindy Sheehan?
I don't think I've heard of her.
Really? Well, she had an anti-war movement going on in what is it, 2004, guys? Her son
Right,
got
because her son had died in Iraq. Right.
in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And she had an anti-war movement, but the Democrats went and infiltrated it, so messed it up. So she's having another one in October for 2 days at the Pentagon. And the DNC
Awesome.
asked her not to hold it because the midterm elections.
Yeah, because all of their candidates are pro-war. So, yeah.
I wish I'd say
Good God.
Also, that would explain why I don't remember her, because I was, God, I must have been 8 years old at the time that was going on.
Yeah, you didn't know what was
Hey,
going on with
Olis, you didn't need to do that, man. That really wasn't necessary.
I feel like there's an explanation for why I don't remember anti-war stuff, because most of that stuff I remember seeing a lot of my seniors get sent to war, but I don't remember much of the anti-war scene at that time, because especially in Oklahoma, where most of the Forever was, still behind the Republican Party at that point.
Whoops. Sorry. One sec.
The media didn't really do a great job of covering it back then either. They covered Cindy
No, they certainly didn't.
because she camped out at the ranch forever, but
And they tried to make her sound like a loon.
Yeah. And remember, she tried to run for office too.
Yeah, she did. I would have voted for her if she was in my district. I was in the Navy at the time, and I thought everything we were doing was absolutely absurd.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Eric is going to come on. I think. Do I have two different Twitter handles for Eric?
You probably do. I think he's got a couple different ones that he uses.
Okay. All you guys that keep changing them. No, Garden, I know you will quit Twitter for a while and then come back with a... Wait, or do you use a different one each time?
sometimes, like, lately I've just been using Garden Gnome because that's what you guys know me by.
Right. Right, okay.
You know, it's funny, Garden. Now that I see you, it's your voice. You sound very much like somebody I used to serve with in the Navy,
Oh,
but you
really?
don't look anything like him.
Military intelligence?
Yeah, right.
Spy on us?
Right. So now you know. Yeah, our little talk about
Son of a
COINTELPRO.
bitch.
Yeah.
I just realized tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh, happy
And
birthday.
it's also going to be punctuated by a new Bill Maher show. Worst
Oh.
birthday present.
Happy birthday to you.
Damn, that sucks.
Isn't he on like his vacation time? Can he just shut the fuck up now for the summer?
Oh, thank God.
That would be nice.
Let that be the case. Please, let that be the case.
Actually, no. You know what? Let him keep going, because I keep hoping that eventually, I was hoping that he said something about Anthony Bourdain, because did you guys see that? How there was it circulated on Twitter that Anthony Bourdain basically said some not nice stuff about Bill Maher. So I kind of figured, eventually he's really going to step in it in a way, and whether it's his anti-Muslim rhetoric or just something just disgusting, like if he had like gone after Bourdain or something, for something that will just take him down. That would be nice. So let's let him keep talking.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Knowing Bill Maher, and if you just look at his personality and the way he is, someone is going to come out with a sexual assault case against him. I can almost guarantee it. I can see it coming.
And you know what? I'm not going to bat a fucking eye if it happens.
No,
this is
I won't.
something I totally expect of him.
I'll laugh.
Yeah.
And on his show a couple of weeks ago, he said we need an economic crash to get rid of Trump.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing about it too, because the thing about Bill Maher is that while he's playing this establishment politic, he's also been the kind of liberal who goes against the grain of what a lot of people on the right like to describe as the social justice warrior menace. And so it'd be beautifully ironic for me if his career ends up getting canned by the very thing that he.
Mm-hmm.
He was almost canned before when he was with Channel 6.
Yeah, because he's been he always gets pissy that college kids don't like his routines anymore, or they think that he's a racist asshole.
Jeez.
Oh, he's just a dumbass, is what he is.
See, to me, he's beyond. I mean, most of America should already be rejecting Bill Maher.
Yeah.
No,
Recession? You want a recession to get rid of Trump? And he said a bunch of other crazy things too. They don't come to mind.
To be able to survive the recession, hit with his elitist ass.
Well,
yeah.
This is the beautiful part about Bill Maher is that Bill Maher thinks that he's so smart. He's kind of like Thunderfoot in the sense. Thunderfoot is another group. Is another breed of asshole, the kind of asshole who thinks that because he managed to pull a STEM doctorate that he's single-handedly qualified to talk on every subject.
He really isn't. He's really annoying.
But Bill Maher doesn't even have that fucking luxury. He literally thinks that he is the intellectual equivalent of somebody like goddamn Cornel West, and I'm pretty sure he
not
didn't
by a
go
long
to
shot.
fucking college.
Bill Maher, he lectures for the Democrats. That's what he does. He lectures.
That's exactly right. Yes, that's all he does.
But he's also anti-SJW, and that's the part of me that just go like, you just can't help but find every possible way to be a douchebag to everybody, can you?
Bill Maher has that covered.
Well, like a lot of other scientists, I mean, if Thunderfoot would stick to, outlining basic scientific principles for people, that would be great. I feel the same way about Matt Sod, for example. Okay, I agree with many of the ideas behind, evolutionary psychology, okay, but he doesn't stick to that. And then he paints, these ideas as his own. He'll quote a bunch of evolutionary psychology theory, and then he won't cite it. He won't say this, someone said this and that. He'll just pass the ideas off as his own.
Mm-hmm.
So he does say some good things, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with God's Sons.
But he also panders to a lot of alt-right conspiracy theorists.
Exactly.
So I don't feel particularly sorry for him.
Yeah, I mean, if he would stick with the science, that would be great.
Yeah,
I would listen to him. But as it stands now, you can't listen to him.
that's the funny part is that I originally got into I originally started watching his videos for his Why People Laugh at Creationist series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate to admit I have a copy of Religulous here. But yeah, isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible?
I
Break it.
yeah,
But you know what? Living in the South in 2006, like I didn't own a television for a long time. I don't have cable now, but 2006, I kind of started tuning into him. I was like, yeah, like it was this like, yes, socket to the right that is like, pushing all this anti-gay rhetoric. It was, I felt like he was, I always thought he was an asshole, but I thought he was using it for like, good against the people that were promoting hate. But once you really tune in and listen to him for any length of time, first of all, he contradicts himself constantly. And that's really annoying. It's always a double standard. But I think it was just a matter of time. For me, it was seeing when Thomas Frank, one of my favorite authors, and he was on Bill Maher, and Bill was already pushing kind of we just need to support Hillary message. But he had Thomas Frank on, and Rob Reiner was on too.
Reiner.
Yes, I know. So everybody was tweeting like...
I made a video on BitChute exclusively. I uploaded it, so I broke like a copy of Stand By Me while saying, like, fuck you, Rob Reiner. Fuck you.
Yes, meathead. So we were tweeting, listen liberal, you meathead. But, basically, here was Thomas Frank, who knew what the hell was going on, and they wouldn't listen to a damn thing he said. It was just the irony of, here's Thomas Frank to promote his book, Listen Liberal, and you watch as Bill Maher, turns away. He had him over, he was the last guest who sits over to his left. He had Thomas Frank here, and he's like totally ignoring him and just talking to Rob Reiner, and they're just laughing their asses off in their little echo chamber as they ignore everything that Thomas Frank was trying to say. And I was like, that's it. It's the last time I'm ever watching this, and I got to tell Thomas Frank that when I went to the People's Summit and got my book signed, and I told him, I said, when you were on, that was the last time I ever watched Bill Maher, and I was done.
You want to know the last time I watched Bill Maher? When Julian Assange was on.
Oh, yeah, no, that was bad too. I agree. That was really bad. That was around the same time, wasn't it?
Me, I was like, I was like when I watched it, I was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I was completely pissed. I'm like, fuck Bill Maher.
Yeah. Well,
that's been my eternal mood since 2015.
Well, one of the things, it was so condescending because I remember at one point he's like, well, you sound better, Julian. Yeah, fuck you, Bill Maher. Let's stick you in an embassy for however many years and you don't talk to other people and see how you're doing. I mean, really, he was just very condescending to him, and I thought that was just disgusting. But, anybody remember that? He was just,
I think I remember that, yeah.
You seem like you're doing better. You're doing better now, aren't you? Like, kind of taking a dig at, like, his mental state. Well, who would be in a good mental state and stuck in there? So
I would have rebutted and said, yeah, in mental state, and what do you have for an excuse?
Right, exactly.
The guy's such an idiot, because all he does, he expounds these things from this little echo chamber of his and can't see past. It really is quite bizarre because he tries to portray himself as being this intellectual, but it doesn't come off that way.
I've been trying to get hashtag greasy gray mullet to trend for a long time. It's not catching on yet, so...
Boycott Hollywood.
He tries this, blasé, socialite act, and it's old.
And he's a you know what? He's an establishment SJW. He's a socialite justice whiner. Oh, I want more money. I'll take the corporate cock in the mouth.
Well, he's also just gross.
He isn't about ideas. He's about his. He's about himself.
No, it's not even an ideology, because having an ideology would imply that he has a coherent belief system.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's what I mean. He
That's a good
contradicts himself. I wish I had a good example, but right now off the top of my head. But he
He's-
does it all the time. So, anyways.
See, people wonder why I support SJW, why I support social justice despite of what people call SJWs, and Bill Maher is the exact reason why I support them. Because yes, there are some times when we go a bit far. There are times when our analysis gets we allow our passion for what we believe to be the right cause to get ahead of ourselves. It happens. I think that's natural for any group of people.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I'd sooner take the side that is actually trying to contribute to being on the right side of history over somebody who bitches and complains about how unfair it is that he can no longer tell jokes about black people on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like in any movement, the most extreme and loudest voices are going to get the most mic time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
consequently, you hear the most extreme SJW people. You hear the most extreme alt-right people.
Right.
Where there are people that adhere to, those philosophies in a general sense that aren't nearly as extreme. Most people who adopt these philosophies aren't nearly that extreme.
Well, I think, Eric, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm guessing that you mean, when you say that, it's that the left is using identity politics just in the same way that the right did or still continues to do, right?
True.
It's when it's
like Bill Maher, he just lectures. I was like, there's no point of actually listening to him. He's just gonna lecture his establishment bullshit narrative, and he's just gonna keep spewing it like it's a bunch of nonsense. That's why I don't listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, his jokes aren't, as funny as they used to be. I'll tell you the truth. Most comedians suck these days. I mean, they're not even funny.
This is true.
Look at the late night TV show, let's lecture for gun control. Oh, Trump is this evil bigot Nazi Hitler. Triggered.
Yeah, Colbert.
We're gonna have Stormy Daniels on. We're gonna talk about the magazine he spanked his ass with.
Yeah, Colbert has been a huge disappointment. I can't even I can't even watch it. I can't stomach it. But Snork, here.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. I used to watch them, and Bill Maher, and they all changed.
No, they had
their Hollywood Dems.
Yeah.
Hollywood shells.
Yeah.
No, Hillywood shells. Let's put it as that.
And I think
when Russell Brand was on Bill Maher's show, he got with Bill Maher.
Oh yeah.
Brand of idiocy, though. No pun intended.
So Snork, you're vocal on this topic. Do you have a sentence to say to Bill Maher? Because I'm sure he's watching, since I tweeted this at him and told him that we were talking about him and that his mouth would be his downfall. So, you have a message for Bill Maher?
I was disappointed in the shift.
Honestly, I don't think I can top my one line of Bill Maher not being the intellectual or moral superior to anybody but George Bush's line. I think that's my high point.
But I will say this about Bill Maher: he's a pussy.
All right.
I hate to say it. It's true.
And he has a thing about Muslims.
I typically tend to chastise people for using that kind of language. But if you're just for this one case with Bill Maher, I am willing to allow it.
Snork, what were you gonna say?
That's a fact.
Well,
it's just he's a bitch.
Okay, Snork, jump in there.
with Maher, it's a disappointment because I did like his stuff when it was out, and I went to go see Religulous, and Colbert. Remember, he uses his real name now, Colbert.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that And I can't blame him. There are so few rides for people who are in the talk business. And when you get offered that much money per episode, I could see them being difficult for them to turn down. But it's really obvious that they've taken the money and made a shift.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad. You know, I hope it doesn't happen to Lee Camp and something like that. But
Nah, I think some.
Well, let's not forget it's a carrot and stick system. So, like, let's take TYT for example.
Your favorite.
Yeah, if TYT had not accepted the carrot, they would have gotten the stick, and they would have been loyal to Alex Jones.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Colbert ratings were very low because AC got rid of him before Trump got elected. Now it's
Yes, they were.
Trump.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
You are right. Yes, they were. They were looking to cancel his show.
Yep.
Who? Whose show?
Colbert.
Colbert?
His ratings were really low.
Yeah. I don't know. I think.
Well, I mean, like,
The ratings should go even lower than ever.
And Saturday Night Live sucks.
Oh my God, I can't
exactly.
stomach that.
Really
well,
bad.
I mean, problem is that the jokes relying on built around the Trump administration have little to do with the actual fucking substance of what he's doing, and that's kind of it's still based around the personality aspect. Like, this was funny to an extent back in the George Bush administration, but that was also partly because George Bush was so easily parodiable.
Yeah.
That you could get away. There was a degree to which you could. I mean, Trump is a very parodiable man, but in and of himself. But it's just the degree to which it's the same joke repeated over and over and over again. And I think it easily wears itself out. Honestly, the best jokes that have come out of this whole administration, about this administration, have been Melissa McCarthy's Sean Spicer rants.
That was hilarious.
Oh wow, Gordon, this is really cool, especially since you're right in the middle. Very
I'm going
psychedelic.
through all the different effects on this program.
What is it?
It's this UCAM 7.
Okay.
Like, I've got it for 30 days. I'll see if I can pick it up for real.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What you call it? Like what you call it? Like South Park, you know, love South Park. Even this guy is the president now on South Park instead of Trump. Hey, they did something original. Mr. Garrison, they did something original. Mr. Garrison, because, you know, he went back to Mr. Season 12, he went back to Mr. Garrison. But, like, but they in season 19, they made him the Donald Trump, but, you know, as Mr. Garrison instead of Trump. So they actually did something original, but they're having a portrayal of Trump, but they're not saying his name. Which I actually do like that about, you know, when it comes to, you know, satire and humor. It you know what? Here's one thing. It works for South Park because, one, it's a cartoon. Two, it's more flexible, and three, they can come up with better jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I really truly watch on TV these days.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
And plus, they make fun of both sides. Yeah, they include Hillary Clinton too, so, you know, no one's left out.
Well, I'm glad the cartoon president coming back on next month. That shit was hilarious.
Wait, say that again. What show?
Cartoon president. It's about Trump and his whole administration.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I've heard of it.
That is funny.
Is it?
Yes, it's coming back on because they showed an episode where Trump tried. You know how they had the podium and the red carpet and the doors are open and the president about to come out and make a speech. Trump was up there trying to sing the song like Barack Obama, he started like, and I was cracking up. He couldn't even finish the other words. It was hilarious. I think it's produced by Stephen Colbert and somebody else, but it is funny. It is funny. I think it's funnier than Saturday Night Live and the stuff they do. But it's
Saturday
really
Night
funny.
Live.
Damn,
Yeah, I thought the person who did the Hillary impressions was funny, but when I saw her crying and playing piano and singing the Cohen song, I was like, oh my god, no, I can't do it. It was so bad. The only good thing was when Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were on, and the little skit they did as Hillary was losing, and they're all just like freaking out. Oh my god, I need a Xanax. And those two were just laughing like.
It's the two black people of all people that are just like,
Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
I saw this coming. You all didn't listen to me.
Jeez.
I can't forget that election night, because I remember me and my husband, he was watching the TV, and I'm like, Trump's going to win. He said, no, it's impossible. Still, other states didn't come in. I said, he's going to win. I said, what the Democrats did to Bernie, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. And that's just what it did.
Yep.
Not just Bernie, but his supporters.
You know, I was
now it's coming back into biting them in the ass now.
Yep.
I was at that night. I was actually going out with a friend and her boyfriend out for a study to study together, because I think her boyfriend was studying Japanese as well, and so I wanted to. No, I was asking her to help tutor me. And we were watching this, the election results from Aspen Cafe. We were just sort of like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. And so, yeah, this was looking really bad. And then the following day happened, and they finally announced it, and I was like, well, shit.
Well.
You know, like I wasn't gonna be happy if Hillary won either. I was gonna be like, shit, she won. But Trump won. I was like, shit, he won.
Yeah.
No, you should have said, oh fuck, he won.
So I flew. So I flew out the day my mom was coming back from Japan. We literally traded airplanes at the airport. And I remember by the time I got to Portland, I was riding the train down to downtown, but I saw the highway backed up for like several miles, and I was just thinking, oh shit, what the heck is? I feel sorry for the poor bastards who are stuck there. I imagine a good chunk of them were going to be like, please, I know you guys are upset about Trump, but I just want to go home.
Well, you know,
so I get to my hotel. And there's a bunch of people at the hotel's bar, and I don't think it was just because of the teachers conference that I was there for that at the time. And so I just sort of snuck. So I put my stuff in my room. I went downstairs after I checked in, and I ended up spending a good chunk of the night at the bar, or just sipping on the local ID, because I was just, I guess I was kind of in the same, we were all, collectively in the same mental position that we weren't quite sure how this was reality.
Mm-hmm.
How did a seasoned politician lose to a reality show star? Because that alone.
But don't you think...
Businessman, reality TV star.
But don't you think that those people that felt that way were not clued into exactly what the DNC had done in rigging it against Bernie?
I suspect it was kind of half and half, because
Right.
Oregon did technically swing for Bernie, so...
Yeah. Right, but you could have been a Bernie supporter. There are all these different slices of the pie, okay? You could have been a Bernie supporter who then said, okay, he lost, and so I'm going to vote for Hillary. And, oh my God, Trump, this is so scary. If you were one of those people that weren't clued in to what was really happening, didn't read WikiLeaks because Chris Cuomo told you it was illegal or whatever.
I mean,
and so you,
also been
yeah.
somebody like Noam Chomsky or Thomas Frank, in which you kind of
Yes.
saw the
Right.
role, but you still bit down. And
Right.
bit
That's
down
true.
anyway.
That's true.
So
but
I didn't feel like it was my place to question that at that point.
Sure.
It's just like we're all just kind of collectively dazed that this is our new reality, and we're just kind of trying to adjust our framework. Just like, okay, so he's going to be our president. Well, shit. I need a drink for this.
Well, see,
I wasn't dazed at all. I knew we was gonna win.
Like I didn't believe. I kind of saw the writing on the wall too, but even that, but even as cynical as I was, I still believed that there was probably a better chance than not that Hillary was going to pull out, and then that's what I was preparing for.
No, wait, you're in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
Are you you're in a major city?
I'm in Stillwater, but I'm going to be moving to Edmond pretty soon.
Is that near a major city, though?
I mean, I'm pretty much equidistant from Oklahoma City and Tulsa right now. So
Okay, so if you were to drive across the state, would you have seen, as I did in North Carolina, and also I saw in Pennsylvania, that basically it was wallpapered with Trump signs? Did you see that in Oklahoma?
Not as much. No, actually, you'd be surprised. Nobody was fucking excited for this election year. No, absolutely nobody.
Okay.
You saw maybe like one or two Hillary signs. There was nobody I saw with the Trump sign except for racist ass hats. But you always have those assholes. I did, however, see a good deal of Confederate merchandise being sold at the county fairs in the years leading up to it, though. So I mean, if that says anything.
Snort.
Here in Iowa, I saw one nursing home that one of the windows had a Hillary sticker in. And everywhere, it was just plastered everywhere, Trump signs. Now, 2 Amish farms had Trump signs out. Big ones. Not the little one with the 2 little pieces of wire. The Amish typically do not put signs up.
No.
Right.
That's against it. They have to be really extremist Amish to put
somebody's sneaking watching Celebrity Apprentice. In the barn somewhere or something, right?
The irony of the Amish supporting Trump is
but there were 2 of them, and I think I took a picture. I don't know if I saved it because what?
Well, I wouldn't call them extremists.
For an Amish, that's an extremist.
Oh yeah, for Amish, yeah.
Everything's an
Right. I deal with the Amish a lot. I mean, they gave us 2 freaking choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I voted for my conscience. I voted for Jill Stein because I was not voting for her.
Same here.
Yeah.
I wish I could have voted my conscience, but.
A sign for an Amish grocery store is typically 6 inches high. It just says grocery store. It doesn't even say the name of the grocery store because that would be prideful. So I have this great big, I think was it blue or red Trump sign out in their yard. That's extreme.
Oh, hey, I actually got to shake Ajamu Baraka's hand at Left Forum. That was really cool. But I heard him when I was driving back from DC the other night on Sputnik radio. So I'll go ahead and promote a Russian whatever channel here on my channel. But no, it was great. I mean, just listening to him talk about human rights and how. Oh, go look it up. I think I may have retweeted it, but it was from wait, was that Wednesday night on Sputnik Radio. anyway, he was talking about human rights and how the U.S. is basically just makes its own rules and doesn't follow everyone else, the world's rules. And he talked about neoliberalism and war, and it was so cool to just sit there and listen to him. And I did hear a lot of what he had to say during the election, but not as much as I listened to Jill Stein, I guess. So I don't know. I know, Shirley, didn't you ask me something about Left Forum?
Yeah, because when he was about to speak, I forgot what.
There were some people protesting him or what he was saying or something.
Right before he was about to speak, people stood up with signs from Syria and walked out. And someone from the Left Forum put in the chat and said they disagree with him about what's going on in the Middle East. So I don't know where he stands on that.
Do you know anything, Brian?
I do. Ajama Baraka and Jill Stein had a very, how can I put this, a revolutionary deal.
Damn your internet.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Just go.
We need a weapons embargo for the entire Middle East. And in the first place, and that alone would start to ramp down, because if weapons aren't being able to get in, eventually things are going to start to simmer down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard anything come out of his mouth that I don't love. Honestly, listening to him on this Sputnik show, he was on at least half an hour of him talking about everything. So I was just listening and like, wow, how lucky I was to meet him. I shook his hand and just was able to tell him, hey, I voted for you. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, he was just kind of hanging.
Obama was the only veteran in that race. He was the only veteran to run for either president or vice president in that race. The only one. He was the only veteran.
And I saw him another time, and I just kind of waved because I wasn't going to, bother him again. But he was just kind of hanging out in the hall talking to people. Just regular people. I mean, it was really cool. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what we need.
See, someone would fill that void. So that's the problem with that plan. If we were to stop supplying weapons to the Middle East, someone else would, and there's probably enough weapons already there to have them keep going for another 10 plus years. They would just begin to import all these arms from Africa or something.
Right. Well,
but nonetheless, we should cut off. I mean, we shouldn't add to it. We should cut it off. It just isn't I don't think it's long term.
The other thing is that if we were to lead such an embargo, we would need to get an agreement among the other major powers, most notably Russia and China, because that's the only. Because if you can't get the two biggest weapons manufacturers on the planet to agree to this, Germany, China, most of the European nations would probably go along with it just because America is saying so, is going with it, and none of them want to piss off America. But really, if you want it to be effective, you need to engage China and Russia to agree to this embargo as well for it to work. And honestly, in the climate we have now, I don't see how that's a really viable strategy.
Well, and that's a good point, Gordon. It's like, how are we going to deal with the gun issue in this country? I hear people all the time say, Australia just bought all the guns back and everybody turned them in. I just don't see that. That's not going to happen here.
No, not here.
You can't compare, UK or the US to. I'm sorry, you can't compare Australia or the UK to the US when it comes to gun control. You just can't. And people do it all the time, and it's frankly, it's frustrating.
Yeah, right.
Those countries don't have a don't guarantee a right to their people to bear arms in the first place. So you've got that to contend with before you can even address the real. Those countries don't have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very different mentality here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the situation on the ground is different. People's attitudes are different.
Mm-hmm.
The geography is different, and that does play a factor.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're kind of a big nation.
Yeah.
I guess you could say the same about Australia, but again, we have these cultural issues here, and
right. But Australia
just doesn't have our history.
Right, and even
Kelly, can you do you have Ryan Bennett as your friend in Twitter?
I don't think so. Hang on, let me look.
He's asking Snort in James' room.
Oh yeah.
How can you get there? And he wanted to get the link.
Yep, hang on, let me see. Anybody know his Twitter handle? I'll follow him and then he can follow me back.
It's just at Ryan BANIK.
Ryan BINK? B-A, Bannock. Right, Bannock. Okay, got it. Oh. Alright, okay, I'm following you, Ryan, so if you can hear me, follow me back. It's at Kelly's Words, KELLEYSWORDS, and I'll send you the link. Or if anybody, you guys have it, you can go ahead and pass it on to him. That might be quicker, but I'll have, for next time, maybe he'll follow me back and we can do that.
You can just if you post it up in the chat quickly, and then just take it down.
That's true. Well, yeah, I can do that. I was kind of keeping an eye on, because who else is here? Air Force Max? I don't think I've ever communicated directly with him.
I don't think the trolls just hang out waiting for us to post the links.
No, it was when it went up on Twitter. I think that's what it was. All right, so
if they see an open link, they'll
come we were trying to do a town hall for Bill Cimbrello, and that was lovely.
No, I think it was at Bond's channel the other night. We had some stripper chick come on.
Oh, that was the same. I think that was the same thing we got.
Yeah. That was disgusting.
Shirley didn't like that.
Wait.
All right, hang on. Let me. All right.
Wait.
Shirley didn't like that.
All right, hang on. Let me. All right.
Wait.
Okay, I put it there. Let's see.
Shirley didn't like that.
Okay, well, I have my suspicions of who the trolls are, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see if they show up now.
Ryan just tweeted me and said he hasn't got. Well, Kelly, you put it in. You put the link in.
I just put it there. Yep. And I would love to have it publicly. Obviously, maybe not for everything we do. If we start, we're going to get back into doing some more candidate panels, but I'm all about having it open. But we can't have people that come in and, for at one time putting porn and all this shit up. So, no, we're not going to do that. That's unfortunate. That kind of ruined it. But that's okay. We can do it this way. Just have people. I can create a list for people that want to come on regularly when we do this on Saturday nights, and you can come on or ignore it or whatever. But I could do that. Just do a regular. Have a list.
Well, I'm gonna head to bed. I need to get up early for work, everyone. So
good night.
Take care. Good to see you.
See you guys again soon. Have a good night.
All right, so Ryan, let's see if Ryan, did he follow me back?
Yeah, it's a shame, who knows who these trolls are?
I mean, it could be anybody, but,
I think it's someone who has come in and hung out before. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I can't say who it is, but they seem to know things about us when they try to troll.
Oh, really?
From Australia.
Wait, what do you mean they know? What do you think?
They just have made some. I have no idea who it is, but
what comments? What kind of comments were made?
I don't. They'll make some kind of joke about, I don't know, about something we were talking about, or just about the general, like, I don't know, like they made some physics fags the other night. Like,
Oh.
it's some other stuff.
I'll give them that. That was actually pretty good.
So it's like they kind of know our topics, it seems.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'll add in a third suspicion, and that is just some random person that, like, remember the guy that Ebon got a picture of way back when, because he had just, it was one lone guy had come on, and Ebon, he didn't turn his camera off, and so Ebon got a picture of him. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, Brian?
What's up?
So.
Hey, Shell, the Philly Queen. Hey, everyone.
Hello. So I followed you on Twitter. I don't know how much you use Twitter, but
I don't.
You don't. Okay. If you just follow me back, it's at Kelly's Words, KELLEYSWORDS. Then I can send you the link. But I was just saying I'm going to create a list so when we do this, we can have a regular list of people that want to come on and either do or don't whenever we send it. But we can't do it publicly because of the nice trolls that come on and put porn and stuff. So till they get bored and go away, we'll have to do it this way. So
you can actually lock them out from the.
Yeah, you know what? When it first happened, we were in the middle of trying to do an online town hall for a candidate, and I am not very good at trying to keep up with the questions and the conversation and like sort of man the technology and keep up with all that. So I did like boot them out, and then I like closed it where you couldn't come back in. But they were somehow, maybe I clicked something wrong. I don't know. I was a bit frazzled, but they just kept coming back in. So then I finally figured, I think that's what it was. I booted them out, and then I finally figured, I can just close the meeting. But by then they had come in like 4 times, and the candidate was like, okay, let's just reschedule it. So they effectively ruined it.
You can
Do what?
Lock the meeting.
I was there that night.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah, I mean, I should have locked it right away. I guess that was my mistake. But, yeah, I'm just not very good at when you're trying to talk on camera and sort of run a town hall, you really can't be doing both at the same time. Not very well. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'd
It's
like
one
to
thing
have
to mess with us when we're just talking, but like if you have a guest on or something.
Oh, that's probably even more exciting for them, I'm sure. Yeah.
Probably someone from Correct the Record or Share Blue or Media.
Aeolus and like Perseus Gold and I were talking just about physics the other night, right? And they just kept coming in. And it's like, come on, you guys. I mean, how much fun can it be? Trolling a bunch of dudes who are talking about
right. You know,
to be truthful, I was getting kind of amused by it.
It was funny after a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you streaming this to YouTube?
Yes, I am. So we just started. We had major sound issues, and last weekend we had some guests on, and it sucked because everyone else was really quiet and I was really loud. And we figured out Brian figured out it was because OBS had run some update, because I never changed any of my settings. Oh, Charles Krautheimer died. Huh.
Oh, you just found that out? I would have told you.
I just saw it on Twitter. I've been busy today. I didn't see it earlier.
Yeah,
I mean,
he warned us anyway.
Didn't he say like a week ago he was told he had weeks to live?
Yeah, he had weeks to live, but he didn't live a few weeks.
Right. Sorry, ADD there. I don't know what I was saying. I just looked up and saw that.
What's your YouTube channel name?
Oh, I think it's just my name. Hang on. It's Kelly Lane, and it says Speakeasy. KELLEY.
James room.
Yep.
Looks like there's a delay.
There usually is.
Well, I mean, like when I talk, does it look like there's a delay? There's definitely a delay with my hand.
Yeah. Yep. That's actually a good, like, 20 seconds or something, seems like. Interesting.
That visual Garden Gnome is making me feel like I smoked some weed.
This damn delay. I'm trying to figure out how to put an end to it.
Is that distracting you? What are you trying to do? Watch it at the same time?
I'm just trying to sync the programs. Like I said, I'm testing out this new program, so I'm seeing what it's all about.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So.
Someone just said to James Page, we need to sort out these shows. I'm like, I said, no, Kelly wasn't really doing a show. She was doing a test.
That's okay. No, it's cool. We really didn't know if we'd have, like, no one show up or all you guys. It's great.
The problem is with James is I don't think he's actually put the link up.
Oh, okay.
Again. And that's what caused the boil over last time.
Oh, yes. Okay. So he's on right now or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still on.
Oh.
I'm surprised he's on this late.
This late? You guys on the West Coast, we're all still up. And all these West Coast people are like, oh, I'm so tired.
James always goes to bed before all the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay.
West has no excuse. I'm in Central and you're in Eastern. We're the ones who should be feeling the exhaustion.
Hell, Jamal could do an interview 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jamal's crazy too, so it's like...
Yeah,
he says he's an insomnia. It's hard for him to sleep.
Yep, me too. But he needs to take it easy.
Yeah, because his voice, it sounds funny now. It sounds like he needs some cough drops or something.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Forget making America great again. We need to get Jamal to sleep again.
Yes. There you go. Well, so we're going to start ramping up doing our candidate things again. Although I'm sure you guys are just have been waiting to hear this. But we're going to start doing interviews for C-WAC candidates, not just C-FAR candidates. And I'm actually excited about this because C-WAC has more independents, libertarians, and it's got more variety because it's basically an anti-corruption contract. So I'm eager to get out of the, left bubble a little bit and do some interviews that kind of stretch our usual stuff. But anyway, we're going to start doing that again, but we're going to try to keep doing this on Saturday night and do like an open thing.
Hey, Kelly.
So, yeah.
You know, you should watch, if they come on like from 7 till 10 a.m., Fault Lines on Sputnik on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've known about Sputnik or Sputnik. I've listened to, various clips and podcasts, but I never really actually tuned in. But I heard it on the radio as I was leaving DC, just the regular radio. And so I downloaded the app, and now I've got that, so.
Yeah, they on YouTube. I watched them on YouTube, and Jamal was just on there last week. I mean, just...
Oh, wait, yeah, that's Lee Stranahan.
Yeah.
That he was on. Oh, duh, why didn't I put 2 and 2 together there? Okay, yeah, that's Sputnik. Okay.
James had to switch to Thursday nights for work reasons. Would it be possible for you guys to switch to Wednesday?
Oh, you mean instead of Saturday?
No, instead of Thursday.
We're just
testing.
Yeah. Tonight we're not doing, this is not a regular thing. We were, because Saturday night we had the huge audio problem when I had great people on, which is so upsetting, but anyway. And then I left and went to DC for the Assange thing, so I didn't have time to monkey with it. And now we're about to ramp up with talking to candidates and stuff again, so I wanted to make sure we got our sound right. So hopefully, oh, actually, let me ask Brian, since he's off, but I'm going to ask him to listen in again and see. We had to just change, we had to put mine on like 50% and everybody else on 150 or something. And I thought it was my Yeti plugged in here, but it wasn't. It was some settings on OBS, so it was a little confusing.
Yeah, because you could hear Kelly that night, but really everybody else was low.
The way you described that, though, Shirley, is you cranked it up really loud so you could hear everyone else, and then I would come just like blasting through. Sorry about that.
You weren't really blasting.
Okay.
You talking your normal stuff like you are now.
Yeah, I'm kind of loud. So, I'm projecting. But, let's see. Let me ask.
Your ball was really low.
Yeah, well, I think it's also, however, someone has their, their settings on their end could affect it too. So, yeah, what do you have there, Ryan? You've got some kind of mic.
Little Yeti.
Oh, okay. So what's the thing above it?
It's a spit guard.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh.
Yeah, so your microphone lasts longer.
Oh, see, I have this thing. I don't really know why I bought it, because I don't know that it's really that much better.
I have a white one of those.
I got a good deal on it, but I don't really know that it's that much better. I don't know.
There is a thing you have to remember with the one that you have. I have one of the other ones from that company called the Snowball. Let the Madness Begins. They use snowballs.
I like them. They're great.
The one that you have has 2 mics in it, and they are meant for. I can't remember if you have to talk to them from the side or if you have to talk to them from the front. You cannot talk to them from the top.
You talk to it. You talk to the blue sign on it.
Okay.
You talk at the blue logo. That's why the logo's there.
On the Yeti?
Yeah. So
okay, I think I have
it's tilted like that.
I think I have a different one. Do you know?
No. Yetis are all the same.
Okay.
See how mine's sort of. Can't really see it, but
yeah, I can see.
Yeah, the light is actually facing me.
Okay.
The little light faces me. You can't talk to the Yeti through the top of it.
Oh, well, no, I have it just straight up and down. It's a red light, though. But...
Yeah, it's a red light, yep.
Okay.
But you have it tilted back, so you're looking directly at it. You have it sort of tilted back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like flat.
Did you hear that?
This is my dog. Yeah, it was my dog.
Yeah, the Yetis are designed to cancel out the sound from one of the directions.
That was an owl that just ate something outside. But no, the weird thing with this Yeti is that it will pick up stuff all the way in our kitchen, like a dish clanking comes through. Wait, okay, hold on, we're going to demonstrate it. Very strange.
Yeah.
There's 2 knobs at the back.
Right?
Right, and you want to have it on.
Yeah. That's important.
The one that looks like a heart.
Yeah.
You want to have it on that one.
That's on. Yep, that's where it is.
Yep. And turn your gain down.
Yep. I know I appear very ditzy, and I am sometimes, but no, we got that part. But this is weird. Listen.
It's directional. So if
can you hear that?
Sound, yeah.
Yeah.
If you point the end toward the sound that you want to cancel, it won't hear it anymore.
Okay. So that's weird. So it's up like this on the desk, and the kitchen is way over there, and it's picking up dishes clanging. I noticed that one night.
You show the setting on the back.
What?
The setting on the back is the.
Yeah.
one.
Right,
single
it's weird.
reaction,
Ryan
something
has it
like
said
that.
on the same thing. It was just really odd. Like I think it was on Saturday night. Yeah, I got up right before Nick came on and went in the kitchen and was making a tea, and I put dishes in, and I came back and listened, and you could hear all of that like clear as a bell all the way in the other room. It was just really strange, where it does seem to cancel out sound immediately around it. It's weird. Why would it pick that up way over there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
And then
knows?
mine is 2 feet away.
Yeah. Okay.
So mine's at least an arm length away. And yet, it sounds normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds
it
normal.
sounds right.
But I also have mine hanging down upside down, up and beside the camera.
What?
I don't have mine out in front of this area at all. So I'm pretty pleased that I don't have to be very close to it.
Oh,
The
okay.
speak guard can also help with consonant popping.
Well, but I don't think
Huh.
I have consonant popping because of the distance I am away from it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you don't have consonant popping at all. I'm just, if you're going to do interviews and stuff, Kelly, with
Yeah.
like big people,
Right.
might be.
Like I
Do
actually
you
have
notice that with mine? I mean, please
No,
tell me.
I haven't, but I think it happens to a lot of people. It's
Oh,
just one
okay.
of those problems you might want to cut off in the past.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
actually
please
have the
tell
pop
me.
filter. I never use it.
Okay. Yeah, do tell me. I'll take any kind of feedback because I'd like to know. I'm not always
But
good
if
at.
you do it, I haven't noticed it.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
everyone does it.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep things pretty simple here because it took me a long time to get all this to a point where I understood how to set up everything. Thank you, Ebon. But yeah, I just try to keep it simple. Otherwise, I'm gonna fuck it up. So
Don't fuck it up, Kelly.
yeah, I will. Well, I'm not a tech person, so you know. I mean, I've done a lot considering, but not on my own. So yeah, I just like to get all these settings. Oh, I was like, wait, who's Trolley? Trolley Trollface. That's you, Snork. Okay. Although technically that says Trolley.
Kick him out.
Trollface. Yeah. So, how's Australia?
Cold.
Cold? Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's winter. Ah.
Yeah.
Yuck. What do you mean by cold? Like,
There's like barely any cloud and blue skies, but it's probably about 50. To us, that's cold.
yeah.
50 degrees Celsius.
Considering we don't have any. Considering we don't have.
I'd be
50
melting.
degrees Celsius.
Phoebe says she
I
can't
can't
get
help
in.
Wait, who just left? Aeolus left. All right, good
Snork.
night. Snork?
Stevie
No,
said
Trolley.
she could not
Snork is
get in.
Trolley McTroll,
Did-
whatever.
Did she use the... I put it
I
in...
sent her the link in Twitter.
I put it in the chat, although I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay on too much longer tonight.
Okay.
But well, I got in at midnight last night from DC, so you guys know my medical condition, so I'm feeling it a little bit. I just probably shouldn't push it too hard because I am gonna go on Jamal's thing tomorrow night and talk about going to DC for the Assange rally, and there's not a whole lot to talk about. It was small crowds, but there's some, and you guys know how conversations with Jamal go,
What time?
which are awesome, but we talk about everything. Yeah,
What time will it be?
I think we said 10. I
In the
think,
morning?
oh God, no. Jamal and I in the morning? Are you kidding?
Okay.
No, 10 p.m. You will not. Oh, hello.
Oh!
Rebel! How's it going? How's
Well, I won't end it yet. You just showed up. I won't end it yet. I was just... Actually, I think I'll go and make a tea, but you guys can stay on.
Miss you.
I just got home at midnight
You're on
last
mute,
night,
Rebel.
so
I missed her so much.
I'll be right back.
You're on mute, Rebel.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
Yeah. There you go.
I would have been in here like 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. But someone, tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
56 years old.
And you don't look it.
She does.
Young as fuck. Still young.
I miss you, Rebel.
Miss you too.
Yeah, where you been?
Hmm.
Missed you long time. I sent you a message through Twitter. So
Are you,
So
are
what?
you on the other side of your room? I don't see your window.
I'm
Yeah.
actually. It's kind of messy. Not real messy.
Oh, talk about mess. Look behind me.
Here's the window. And then
There
I
we
got
go.
this chair down the corner, and then I moved my bed around that wall.
Nice.
And I'm gonna build a like a canopy bed so I can hang my swing.
Nice.
Hang it. It's just too small a room, and I said, well, why not just hang it over on a canopy? So, did you guys discuss WikiLeaks yet? Or is this totally on topic? Or
No, what's going on with WikiLeaks?
fuck, something's going on, but because they just dumped a whole like, okay, Antifa went and dumped a whole buttload of the ICE workers' private information and where they work at and all that sort of shit.
From LinkedIn, I believe.
Right. They got all that stuff and then just put it all in one database, and
Wow.
and then somehow it got torn down, but WikiLeaks caught it, and now WikiLeaks published it, and there are pissed off people. It's like, this is not Jillian's style. Jillian was against giving, names and information.
Personal information.
And you know what's weird? Trump hasn't tweeted. Something's weird.
Something's
Well, it sounds like even the bad guys are better off with Julian being in charge of that group.
It's like, fuck. I mean, I am mad at ICE, yes. But to put their spouses and their children in danger, no. Two wrongs do not make one wrong right.
How long ago did that happen?
About an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
a few hours
This is
ago.
real fresh news then.
Yeah, it's very fresh, and I am getting I flipped off. I mean, I flipped out, and I'm getting people upset at me, for.
People are getting pretty cult-like with WikiLeaks. They
Oh my
like
God.
a lot of people refuse to levy any level of critique or question it in any way.
Do you think WikiLeaks is being co-opted now?
Yeah, because Julian would never have done this. I can't believe he would do this.
No.
It might have even started that way, to be frank, and Julian wouldn't have to be complicit in order for that to play out that way. They could have always been a limited hangout.
And it's
Yeah, it was about-
that happened after the Australian officials
4 hours ago.
went to visit him.
It's the biggest shit so far that I will never give money to them. I will not. Yeah, this is it. This is like.
I mean, even if it is a limited hangout and always was, that doesn't mean that the documents aren't worth looking at, because part of that process is you do release things that are true and that are juicy. You just mix them up with a bunch of false things, or you build up your credibility with a bunch of true things, and then when the crunch time comes, you spread a bunch of lies. So, who knows? Like I've been saying, like I think each document should be evaluated on its own merit, and people shouldn't link like a bunch of WikiLeaks documents together in order to form an argument. They need to have additional sources beyond WikiLeaks.
And what if some of these ICE workers that they just did had nothing to do with any of this border shit, and they're working on? I mean, they don't just do border policing or whatever you call it. They work in other areas of the government, and so what if some of these guys had nothing to do with it? You know, I mean, it's like so irresponsible.
Hey guys, I hate to be a party pooper because I'm so glad you all came by to say hi. But I'm going to go on Jamarl's channel at 10 p.m. I think tomorrow night. And I just got in from DC at midnight last night after driving up, and most of you know about my spinal fluid leaks. If you don't, I'll give you a little tutorial, and okay, I'll use this really quickly and do it again. See this hourglass? I have spinal fluid leaks in the lumbar spine from a car accident many years ago. And they got bigger. And so as I stand, it leaks out. And so some days I can be up 8 hours. I've been up a long time today. So it kind of, it'll start hurting back here, just gradually getting worse. And so I feel the pulling. And so I go lie down, and then it replenishes, and I'm fine. So I have this like invisible disability, and I try to ignore it. But right now it's starting, and I don't want to mess up being able to be on Jamarl's show tomorrow. So, but I love seeing all you guys. I loved having you stop by. It was really cool. We thought we were just going to be doing a test. So nice to see you all. And we'll be doing... Yes, gelato helps. I'm telling you.
They replenish spinal fluid.
They do. They absolutely do. Okay.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Love
Love you too.
Good to see you, Rebel.
Good night. Good night. See you guys soon.